Before September 11, 2001, we faced primarily a danger from one terrorist network,
Right.
which had safe haven in one country.
Right.
Today, we face the danger from multiple terrorist networks. You have Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and then all the Al-Qaeda affiliates, QIM, the Islamic Maghreb, Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram, multiple networks with safe haven in more than a half dozen countries.
Yeah.
Are we in a greater threat environment today than we were before 9/11?
I don't say that, and here's how I draw the graph and the ether between us, Mark. If this is where we are on September 10th, and unfortunately we weren't quite aware we were there, all right, the actions of two administrations has pushed that threat level down, and it was getting better and better and better till about 2011. And then that line nosed up again and is starting to increase. I do not think it has yet gotten back to the level of September 10th. But we are unarguably less safe than we were 1, 2, 3, or 4 years ago.
But the threat has also metastasized.
Oh yeah, no, it's a different kind of threat.
So it's like you were dealing with a cancer in a specific location and trying to stop it from coming back. Now we have metastasized cancers all over the place that are causing.
I would agree, and to extend the analogy, just one more revolution, and all analogies break down eventually.
Of course, yes.
The one more revolution is that was a life-threatening cancer right next to a vital organ. Now it's metastasized, as you've said, but individually, even collectively, it is not yet quite as life-threatening as that September 10th one was.
Now we have, though, a unique situation in the history of Islamic radicalism, short as it is, modern Islamic radicalism, which is that you have free market competition between two competing entities. It's like you have Apple and Microsoft competing.
No, actually, what you've got is Apple and Xerox.
Okay.
Fair enough. You've got that mature, somewhat bureaucratic, fairly slow-moving Al-Qaeda, and now you got this damn startup over here that's acting like a Silicon Valley startup. That's
a really interesting analogy. But you have this competition going on, and so they're with the coin of the realm for they're fighting for the hearts and minds of the jihadi faithful. They're fighting for the money from the jihadi funders around the world. And so how do you win that competition for who signs up with you, who gives you money, who's like that? Do you attack us, right?
No, and Mark, your question also reveals another great truth. We argue with ourselves about if we do X or Y or Z, we're just feeding the narrative. Guantanamo, it's a recruitment poster. Targeted killings, you're filling in the B-roll for the recruitment video and so on. You want to pump up terrorist recruiting? You want people flocking to the black banners? You have one big deal successful terrorist attack against the United States.
Amen.
All right? And so that truth you just pointed out applies not just to the competition between groups, they want to score, but it also applies to the logic of why we need to do some of the things we do. And the argument that some of the things we do helps recruitment may or may not be true. But if you really want to help recruitment, you fail.
So aren't we in this terrible vicious cycle where the intelligence community before 9/11 was criticized for not doing enough to stop 9/11, and so they turn around and they start the CIA interrogation program. We have the NSA's activities. We do all these things, and at the time, in the wake of 9/11, they're incredibly popular, and people among those who know them. And then they're so successful that they prevent another attack that people start feeling complacent again, and then they start criticizing the NSA, and so now we have to scale back some of these programs, and then what's going to happen? We're going to get hit again, and the cycle starts again.
You're right. There's a natural, predictable rhythm. We all knew this when we were doing "Playing to the Edge," as the title of my book suggests. When we were doing that, 01, 02, 03, 04, we knew the pendulum would come swinging back. I mean, the existential whine that we have in the intelligence community is that political elites, not most Americans, but political elites, feel free to criticize us for not doing enough when they feel in danger, and then immediately criticize us for doing too much once we have made them feel safe again.